Good morning, students. We are doing chapter 5. In the last class, I explained you about plastids and vacuoles. We discussed the different types of plastids, chromoplast, chloroplast, and leucoplast, and also the structure of chloroplast with the help of diagram. I also discussed about vacuoles and its important functions. Now today, we will study about plant cell and animal cell. Both plant cell and animal cells are eukaryotic cells. So they are very similar in structure and they share some common features also. Let's discuss. Now we will discuss about plant cell and animal cell. If we see the shape, plant cells have definite shape like square or rectangular, but animal cells are generally irregular in shape. Second point is cell wall. It is present only in plant cell and made up of cellulose, a very complex substance, but it is absent in animal cell. Third is plasma membrane. It is present in both plant cell and animal cell, but in plant cell, it lies inside the cell wall. Plant cells can be larger in size than the animal cells. Nucleus. In plant cell, nucleus is present on one side of the cell because of large central vacuole present in the plant cell. But in the animal cell, it is present in the center. Endoplasmic reticulum. It is present in both plant cell as well as animal cell. Golgi body. Plant cells may contain many small Golgi bodies, but animal cells have larger Golgi bodies. Cell organelles like lysosomes, mitochondria, cytoplasms, ribosomes, they are present in both plant cell as well as in animal cell. Cilia is absent in plant cell, but it is present in animal cell and helps in the locomotion. Plastids, which are very important cell organelle present in plant cell and helps in the manufacture and storage of food. But plastids are absent in animal cell. Vacuoles. Plants have large centrally placed vacuole, occupies around 50 to 90% of the volume, and its main function is storage and maintaining the shape of the cell. In contrast, animal cells have smaller vacuoles. Mode of nutrition. Plants are autotrophic while animals are heterotrophic. So this is the similarities, few similarities and differences between plant cell and animal cell. Children, now briefly we will revise few topics of chapter 5 again. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. All living things are made up of cells. In the beginning of the chapter, I told you how cell was discovered by Robert Hooke. In which year? In 1665. He observed the cells in a cork slice with the help of primitive or self-designed microscope. Robert Brown discovered nucleus. We also discussed about the types of organism on the basis of the number of cells like unicellular organisms, multicellular organisms. The unicellular organisms are made up of a single cell. which performed all the functions of the cell. For example, amoeba, paramecium, they have very simple body organization. Multicellular organisms, many cells group together to perform different functions in the body and also form various body parts. For example, plants, animals, human beings, etc. They have complex body structure and comparatively longer lifespan. I also told you cells divide to produce cells of their own kind. All cells come from the pre-existing cells. Then I discussed about shape and size of the cells. They are related to the specific function the cell performs. Some cells like amoeba have changing shapes. The cells may be oval, spherical, rectangular in shape. In some cases, the cell shape could be more or less fixed and peculiar for a particular type of cell. For example, nerve cells have a typical shape. I talked about division of labor also. In multicellular organism, that means different parts of the human body perform different functions. Children, I told you that cell has three main parts: cell membrane or plasma membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. Plasma membrane is also called selectively permeable membrane because it allows or permits the entry and exit of some materials in and out of the cell, and it also prevents the movement of some other materials. I also discussed how carbon dioxide and oxygen can move across the cell membrane by the process of diffusion. There is spontaneous movement of substance from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. I discussed about osmosis also. Osmosis is the passage of water from a region of high water concentration to the region of low water concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. Diffusion can take place in all the three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas, but osmosis can take place only in liquid medium. I explained you about hypotonic, hypertonic and isotonic solutions also. What would happen if we place plant cell or animal cell in the solution? If the solution is hypotonic, the cell will gain water and cell will swell up. If the solution is isotonic, there will be no change in the size of the cell. The cell will remain of the same size. If the solution is hypertonic, the cell will lose water by osmosis and cell will shrink also. I also told you that plasma membrane is thin and flexible and made up of lipids and proteins. On the other hand, plant cell, in addition to the plasma membrane, have another rigid outer covering called the cell wall. The cell wall lies outside the plasma membrane and it is made up of a very complex substance, that is cellulose, that provides structural strength to the plants. Cell wall gives the shape and rigidity to the plant cell. So children, today we revised few topics of chapter 5, the nucleus, cytoplasm and few cell organelles we will be discuss in the next class. Thank you.